this book. I'm going to read this book to you about who grew my soup. And when we get through, I'm going to ask you who grew your soup and see if you can tell me who grew it. This is National Ag Week, so we're trying to teach these students and everybody about agriculture. Do y'all know what agriculture means? It's actually farming. Do any of your parents farm? Oh, good.
Mine used to.
They used to? Well, good.
My daddy Jay does. Mine is on
I have a plant that grows 100 tomatoes and the one that has 2 strawberry plants.
Oh, good. Okay, so now maybe you'll know who grew your soup.
Hands down.
Okay, I'm going to show you the pictures when I read, okay? This starts off with a little boy that was out playing and his mother called him in and wanted him to come eat lunch. A boy of age 10 named Venus Quinn was out playing ball when his mom called him in. It's lunchtime, she said. Here's something nutritious. This instantly made young Finn most suspicious. It's yummy, she said, with a small brightly beam as she gave him a bowl of soup. See that face? Do y'all like soup?
Yes.
Vegetable soup?
Yes.
Good. Finn looked down and thought, yuck. It's vegetable gunk. The foods I prefer are the foods she calls junk. Fake colors and flavors. Delicious and dandy. They're in all my favorite sodas and candy. Chemical additive. Yum, they're the best. The snack foods I crave are preserved and processed. I like stuff that's deep fried and loaded with sugar. But vegetable soup? Yikes, I'd rather eat boogers.
Ooh.
This looks so healthy. I bet it tastes icky. So Finn hatched a plan, and oh boy, it was tricky. See that face? He does not like vegetable soup.
I would not like to eat boogers. I would eat that.
Okay, listen. I'll eat it, said Finn. Yes, I'll happily do it, as soon as you're able to tell me who grew it. Like you always tell me, said Finn. Don't put that in your mouth. You don't know where it's been. These veggies might come from some weird far-off land like outer Begonia. They might come from places like North Lost Mundu or West Hindu. Who grew these carrots? Who grew these tomatoes? These beans and these barley, this corn, this potatoes? Who sprouted this spinach? Who planted these peas? And who picked this celery? Tell me now, please. I'll not take one sip of this vegetable gunk unless you tell me this. Who grew my soup? See, he did not want to eat that soup. He was really being ugly, wasn't he? Okay. While Finn thought himself so terribly clever, he never have guessed what came next. Never, ever. His eyes popped, his jaws dropped. He fumbled his spoon. From the sky came a flying tomato balloon. The pilot in goggles was shouting hello from a rather large cooking pot hanging below. Hop in, hurry up, climb aboard, tally-ho. He's fixing to take a ride. Where are we going? Finn asked, most alarmed. We're going, the man said, to where soup is farmed. I'm Mr. Motto, Chief Soup Supervisor, and we won't come back until you're super wiser. Our trip won't take long, not at all. No, indeed. This balloon can achieve supersonic speed. As soon as he said it, they flew away, zoomed, with a whish and a big sonic boom. Finn summoned his courage. He took a look down and found they were already back on the ground. Finn met Farmer Hitchner. Meet Finn. Mr. Hitchner, the farmer whose field we are in. These carrots, this field, this farm are all his. Hitchner's a genius, a soup-growing whiz. What carrots? Asked Finn as he looked all around. They're down here, said Hitchner. They grow underground. Did you know that? You did? Good. It's a big field. They grow in the dirt. Young Finn nearly gagged. Gee, I've only seen them in stores, washed and bagged. Hitchner took hold of a green carrot top, tugged, turned, and twisted and pulled it out. Pop! The most beautiful carrot the world's ever known, more perfect than any that's ever been grown. A superstar carrot, Motto said. Can't beat it. So here's an idea. I'll wash it, you eat it. Finn would rather get cookies, but being polite, he knew he had no choice. He must take a bite. Let's see.
That's good.
He has a pan on his head. He has a frying pan on his head.
That's what it looked like. So he tried just to nibble the smallest of munches, and soon he was making great bunches of crunches. Hey, this isn't bad. This carrot's incredible. It's sweet. What a treat. Say, this root is quite edible. There's something in carrots, said Mr. Motto, that is good for your eyesight. Amazing and true. I eat them quite often. My vision is great. I can see at this moment that you're running late. So, Mr. Hitchner, come on, Finn, let's go. We've more places to see where more soup veggies grow. It seemed that no sooner than they'd left the ground, they crossed 17 states and were dropping back down in a field of tomatoes, all ripe, red, and round. Finn met Farmer Perez. His thumbs are quite green. The tomatoes are the best ever seen. This is delicious, nodded young Finn, as red, ripe tomato juice ran down his chin. Oh, good, super duper, cried Mr. Motto. Superlative. Come on, we've got a lot more to do. Well, he liked that tomato, didn't he? Farm to farm, field to field, whiz, whiz through the sky, from onions so fine they could make a man cry, to potatoes to peas in the blink of an eye. They stalked the best celery, they got to know beans, and met growers who know how to grow greener greens. That's a big tomato there, isn't it? Motto gave a cheer at the end of the day. These farmers deserve a big hip hip hooray. They're all superheroes. They're all super great. They grow the best soup anyone ever ate. But it's time to go home now, and Mr. Motto, you have your answers. My work is through. And then, just like that, Finn was back at his chair, and the big bowl of soup, steaming hot, was still there. Guess I'll have to try it, said Finn. So he opened his mouth and spooned some soup in. He swallowed, he sighed. He knew he'd been beaten. The soup was the best thing he'd ever eaten. Finn said, Hey, how come we've never had this before? His mom just laughed. Then she served him more. And a souped-up balloon might drop down from the sky with a friendly old fellow named Mr. Motto, who will take you aboard and then zoom off with you. It might not, but still, either way, any day you eat soup, it's a super good day.
It's a soup.
So, okay, what kind of, do you know the difference in fruit and vegetables? You know what the difference is? Have you ever thought about it? See, he had mostly vegetables. He had all vegetables in his soup. But we're going to talk about fruit too. Fruit is part of a plant that has seeds and flesh. Do you know what that means, seeds and flesh? Okay. What?
Say it loud.
I forgot.
Okay. Seeds and flesh is like you know, a strawberry has seeds on the outside, and then the flesh is on the outer side of the inside of the seed. So, which
It's kind of like a tomato is a vegetable and a fruit.
a what?
A tomato is a vegetable and a fruit.
That's
Year-
pretty smart.
Yeah, years ago they used to
Yeah.
say a tomato was a vegetable,
Yeah.
and then they came up and said no, it's a fruit because it's got fleshy skin and
Yeah.
it's got seeds
And got
inside.
seeds,
So yes,
Yeah.
so
okay. Now that was very good. Vegetables, they're the stem, leaves, or roots of a plant that is used for food. A potato is a vegetable. And the seeds is a small part of a plant with flowers that grow into new plants. Let's look at this basket I've got. And we're going to play a bingo game a little bit later. Okay? All right. Put these grapes and strawberries in little bags. But I was going to show you what they're talking about is seeds. You can see the seeds on the outside of that. So it causes
Well, those you could actually eat those, Patty.
yeah, you actually eat them. Okay, somebody want to pick something they like in the basket? Okay, I think your hand went